Okay, guys, you're probably thinking, long time no see, because it has been a long time. And so I thought I would film something that I absolutely have to do. And you probably think Payne was the point of this video. Let me show you. So yeah, it's a bit of a problem, and it kind of needs to get done. I already went through all my knitting books and stuff and went through them, so it's literally just the yarn that I have to go to, because through Christmas and reopening my shop, there's so many yarns that just haven't gotten touched and that need to be organized. And I really, like, the problem, okay, well, the problem, if I'm realistic, the problem is me. I have nothing else to blame it on. This is all me and my just crazy lack of organization. But it needs to get dealt with, and I need it to be done, and we need to organize it. So yeah, let's just get to it. I really have like zero plan going into this. I'm pretty much gonna group it by project, because that's something I know, and like I know what I do have a project for, when I don't have a project for, and when I'm supposed to have a project for. Starting with these I used on my sister's blanket and for Christmas, and these are done. I don't have anything to project for these, and I kind of like don't really like using chenille yarn, but I did for Christmas gifts. Like, I'm willing to use it for someone else, but not personally, so I just kind of like have very few skeins of it. Same with like bulky Bernette. I use it for my scrunchies, and so that's probably what all of this will eventually be used for, is scrunchies and stuff. Like, I have really odd colors too. And then I got for Christmas, my sister got me 3 of the she got me 3 of the Caron Cloud Cakes Perfect Phasing. So I have 3 of these. So these are eventually going to be a blanket, but for now they're not. I started the 6-day star blanket right here, but I didn't finish it because I have so many other projects on the go. So I definitely need to, we're just gonna put that back there. You didn't see it. Nobody saw it. Caron Latte Cakes in the color Blueberry. Oh, and then this one is in the color Fur. But anyways, so I have 3 of these as well, which need to go somewhere. Maybe for now I can just put all 3 in here. Ah, look at me go. We have a bin for things. Alright. Then this bin, I started, and these 2 together is a bunch of random skeins. Like, I need to rewind. This is still a good skein. This can go in that bin. So these I'm using to make like a really random scrap rug. So that's what this bin is going to be for. And there's a random ball of black yarn. With this neon green guy, I made my best friend a Kermit, and then this is a leftover from it. It's very crazy combinations that I wound up with, like this pom-pom yarn that I have. It's like a scrappy situation. Speaking of which, here it is. Here is my little scrappy rug thing. This is it right here. Oh, it's attached to things. Ah! Okay. All of this chenille velvet yarn, I'm going to take a pause and like, wow, I cannot get this angle. Detangle it, because it is like attached to this. Or I could just work up a few rows. I probably shouldn't. I'm using a 8mm hook because any tighter of a gauge and my wrist just starts hurting. Okay, so this bin, which the skein I just pulled out of, is a bunch of things. So I was making these headbands, which I freaking really loved. It's a tutorial by Cameron Kane. It's the like meshy net headbands. I freaking love them. I was gonna make a bunch of them and add to my site, but I just didn't have time. And this bin sat in my car for like literally months. So I'm just, this one that's like a quarter done. It's pretty fine. Like, it's pretty fine. Just, I have to get it. So, yeah. And then any little scrap thing like this size where I'm not going to make something out of it and I'm not going to make a scrunchie out of it is going in my scrap blanket that I have going. So that's where this is going to go. Is I'm going to leave it in this bin, and this is going to be the scrap blanket bin. This is Lion Brand Wool Ease Roving Origins. And this, I have 4 of these. These are for sailor slippers for my younger sister. She bought these for herself for me to knit the sailor slippers out of because I didn't want to go and buy, I don't remember what yarn it calls for in the pattern, but I can't easily get it where I am. And if you hold them double, then it meets gauge. And honestly, goodness, if it's a little big and I need to felt it down, then it's fine. Because I believe that this is actually, what is a weight for? It's 100% wool, calls for a 6mm crochet hook or 5mm knitting needle. But I am going to use it for sailor slippers, so I don't know what the gauge of that actually is. This is a project that I have to do right away, so I'm going to put, this actually can go in this bin, because this needs to go back upstairs so I can actually work on it. This is my giant scrunchie I made for Makemas. I still have yet to weave in the ends and then put it on my site, but I freaking love it. I need to take photos with it is the other thing, because that's the main problem, is I just don't have time to take photos, at least nice ones, because I want nice ones on my site. But I'm just going to set this on my desk. Basic black. A lot of my stuff is just like a weight. I'm going to keep this little bit of black, I think. I'm going to put it in the bin. It's just like a weight for acrylic. That's what I use for most of my stuff. This green is one of my favorites. I need to make more stuff with this. This skein, I'm going to put this back on my shelf because all of the actual, like, not caked up, but, like, still in skein form, I always put them on my shelf. So now that that is all organized, and I have it organized by project, I need to actually go through my giant tub of yarn that I have. This thing is huge. Because there's so many different weights, and like there is a bunch of scrap amounts in here, and I know it. And then some of these balls of yarn are just falling apart, like they need to be redone. And my yarn winder's even in here. That's how unorganized this is. Yeah, and like this weight of yarn is gonna come out because I don't want it in this bin. This is a decently sized skein. It's a decent size skein, and I could use it for something else. Oh, scrap. So, for example, I will never use this much of this bright orange color. Like, bright orange. So this can go in the scrap bin for the blanket. This is a cat beanie that I made. I was going to do it for a Makemas episode, and then it never got done. Ignore my hair. It never got finished. So I'm going to weave in the ends and then probably post this on my site because it is cute. It's not my style. I don't particularly like cat beanies, but it is really cute. Honestly, think for the rest of this, I will probably just time lapse me doing it because it's just a bunch of sorting. Just a bunch of random sorting. Okay, as you can see, we have a lot of yarn. Not a lot in the bin. Behind the bin, over here, is a bunch of skeins that need to be either wrong weight, need to definitely be reskeined, or like these are the same yarn they just somehow ended up in 2 tiny balls instead of 1 big one. And then we have all of this. So this is all of what was in that bin. Some of this yarn is not going to go back in the bin. Some of it is. So I'm going to try to group it by color. I also remembered that I have some really pretty skeins that I just didn't remember that I had. And yeah, so like this one, and then I have this one from Hobbii. This one's really, really pretty. And then I have these 2, which I made for my ex, but I think I'm going to turn them into something for myself because I actually really like this beautiful variegated yarn. These are both wool too, so they're nice and they're expensive because they're artisan. Oh, and then I have these 2 as well. Like, didn't know I had these. I'm going to try to organize it by color, but knowing me, it's going to not be like perfect. I'm basically just going to group the skeins that are the same together, or at least try to, because like I have quite a few of this green and this green. When I tell you that this is, I can already hear my best friend like telling me that this is not organized, because if she was here, this would be labeled and everything. Shout out to Taylor, because she makes me a better person. But like honestly, it is just kind of getting shoved back in the bin, just like not as chaotic, hopefully. Like these guys. And then I found 2 Kindle cases, so bigger one and then like the smaller one. So I found those in there. And then this yarn is actually a latte cake and a classic soft classic by Loops and Threads skeined up together, and I think I'm gonna keep this and make a toque and mittens for myself out of this because it's like a super bulky weight with that combination. But yeah, these all have to go back in there for now until I have time to actually make something for myself. Oh, and then I have this yarn, which I have so little of. I don't know what I'm gonna do with, but I really want to keep it like as is. I'm not a hoarder. You know what? We'll throw it in the scrap bin because it's not enough to even make a toque out of, whether I knit or not. Like, it's not, and it's such an odd weight, and I'd have to go buy more. I really can't afford that. Okay, this bin is done. This bin is done. Oh, and I found chain in there, so that's great. Go ahead, skein all. Oh, I found this too, which is something I've never used. This is, I skeined it up and I was gonna use it, but I didn't. This is Painted DK by Estelle. Eco Paint DK. Freaking, this is beautiful yarn. It's 100% organic wool. It's 350 meters and it recommends 4 millimeter knitting needles. And this is like $20. And this is the color Parrot. Anyways, it's absolutely gorgeous. And I forgot I had this too. So I've been mixing for myself with this. I really do like crazy colors, I'm realizing. For myself at least. I really like crazy colors. So I have this too, which I need to use. Yeah, so I'm going to take all of this, and I'm going to go quickly just reskein it. Like this one, I really don't even know what's happening here. So we're going to have to go figure it out. We're going to figure it out. I am 100% having a moment of like, oh my gosh, it's not organized, but it is organized. Wow. All of these are done projects or projects that are up on my site or I need to weave in ends on. So that's organized. So that's good. And then I have a lot of my scrap bins. That is what's happening right now, is I'm feeling like it's not organized, but it is organized. So this bin, see if I can hold it up. This bin is done. Got one of my Christmas gifts that needs to go away in, like, we still have not done Christmas with for some friends of ours. So I have Christmas gifts, more yarn for Christmas gifts. We have all of my chunky yarn. I found this skein as well that is going to go in the messy little rug situation here. Found a bunch of granny squares. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them yet. A lot of the time random granny squares just become my coasters. I should really like one day just make like, because I have a bunch. I have these blue ones these red ones, these like random flower ones. I should just make like a mismatch something or other, honestly. But these most of the time end up just becoming my coasters, which is fine. For the sailor slippers, and then I have all of that yarn, which is going to go into my scrap blanket. All of this down here. This yarn, I cannot stand this yarn. I don't remember what this is, but this is a Red Heart yarn, and all it does is split. No matter what I do, knitting, crocheting, it's going in the scrap blanket. And then I want to display these because they're so pretty, and I find Caron cakes to be so, what is that? To be so gorgeous, but I have no idea where to put these yet. This is so blown out. Can you focus? But I have no idea where to put them because they're absolutely gorgeous. But yeah, it is all organized. I have to do a bunch of other stuff around, like cleaning up. Oh, and then this scarf. I totally forgot about this scarf. I'm taking this upstairs in order to weave in the ends. So that, oh my goodness, why is it also blown out? There we go. In order to weave in the ends. I really should make myself one of these because this thing is so nice. And then I gotta put this on the side because it's absolutely gorgeous. Prettiest blues. Yeah. That is it for today's video. I will film a little after clip because I don't have a before clip. That or this will just be the outro. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Bye.